So there's basically 4 buyer types. It doesn't mean there's only 4 buyers. There's 4 types of buyers. So there's what we call your economic buyer. This is the person who ultimately is writing the check or authorizing that the funds are going to be coming from their budget. So at 30K, this might be a VP level person. Like, yeah, I'm vice president of sales, I'm vice president of product, I'm vice president of marketing. I can agree to this. It's in my budget authority. I don't have to go up to the CEO. Now, it does change for different organizations, and that's part of the reason that you need to continue to ask how these decisions are made. But one person you always have to identify and make sure is part of the sales is your economic buyer. The second group of buyers is the technical buyer. And I say technical buyers because these are the people, you think of the word technical as being an engineering kind of person, but technical is really anybody who has a specific expertise around the business. These are the people that could include, of course, engineering or IT. So they're the people that are going to kind of look under the hood of your platform or product and go, okay, how does it actually work? Can we connect our system to your Connect system? Does it do all the things you say it's going to do? But more so over the last, and I saw this myself selling lending software to banks. There's a whole host of other technical, what I would call technical buyers. There could be compliance, a chief compliance officer. If you're selling into medical fields, health tech, fintech, any of that, there's compliance. You're going to have risk officers. The chief risk officer might look at, okay, if we adopt this platform, what risk might we be exposing to? You might have CIOs, a chief information officer, a chief data officer. Okay, we're going to be sending you these files. How do we actually send them? And a lot of times these people work in concert with each other because they're all responsible for certain domain expertise, and their job is to protect the company that you're selling to from making bad mistakes that could open up enormous costs to them in terms of headline risk loss, things like, what we saw with Visa a couple of years ago, where all of a sudden their system was hacked and hundreds of millions of people's data got out there in the open. Like, believe me, heads were rolling there. So the tech buyers are there to protect the business team from making a decision that would ultimately could negatively affect the company. Then you have your user buyers. And the problem with user buyers is they're usually the people that are the happiest about what you do. Like, oh my God, yes, I've been struggling with this problem, and your system makes it automated, or your system makes it easier, or the old system really sucks. These are the people using the software every day, but they don't actually have decision authority. And they can go up to the economic buyers and say, hey, our system really sucks. It's really slow. It's costing me this time, or, people want me to do certain things and I can't do it. Or I have to use spreadsheets and SharePoint to solve this problem, and I wish I had some automated solution. It's important that we do talk to those people to understand what would it be like for them to use the software, but they're ultimately not the decision makers. And then the fourth person we're looking for, or people looking for, are what we would call the product champion. And these are the people, it could be you have multiple product champions. You might have an economic buyer that's like, look, we have this strategic priority that we need to solve for and attain. And so I'm on board with having you come in and show how your software works, because I think it'll work, but I can't make the decision on my own. I'm happy to write the check, but I got to give approval from compliance and risk and info and data and engineering and IT. And of course, I have to make sure that the people that would be using the software every day or would be happy to use it, but I'm going to help you get those meetings.